Let's say the Pledge of Allegiance together.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
My apologies, somebody jumped cream and caramel and Lord knows what in my black coffee. I didn't know it's biotin. I'm a little edgy.
Well, you've got donut balls, so that should
Who eats
work
donut
out.
balls without coffee?
That's the reward for being last,
They're holes, donut holes.
for making everybody
We've
wait.
had this
So
discussion
do
for
you
the
like to
last
play?
30
Do
minutes.
you like to play basketball?
Donut ball.
Is that your favorite game,
Yeah.
basketball? Did you see the basketball game last night?
I'm down.
All right, well, welcome to the Board of Supervisors meeting. This is May 23rd, 2023. Do we have any changes to the tentative agenda?
We need to remove items F and G. There's a couple concerns about those, so we will put those on a future agenda.
Okay. Moving forward with F and G removed. Meet with department heads and elected officials. Rodney Gleaser, maintenance.
Good morning, just an update on the geo roof project. It should be pretty much complete except for the ridge cap this week, so things are moving right along. We've had some good weather. They've done a really good job and moved pretty fast, so it'll all be done except for that ridge cap. So
All be done by when?
by the end of the week, it'll be finished up. So they had the top half done last week, and they started on the bottom east section, I think on Friday, and then they'll get that all finished up this week, so it's moving right along. With that, had an agenda item. Thank you.
Angie Vaughn.
Good morning. Just keep them busy. Things are going pretty well. So really don't have anything to add.
Ken Hyman, Seal Region.
Good morning. We're very busy in the Seal region too. We're going from being Seal to, on July 1, the Mental Health Agency of Southeast Iowa. So as we merge with South Central Behavioral Health Region and Monroe County, we've got a new name now that we're moving towards. And this is contracting time, so 11 contracts have gone through the governing board. We've got 6 more contracts to go to the governing board, and then we'll, as far as I know, we'll be done with contracting for a while, but with the new region, there's gonna be things that come up. And of course, with the new region, there'll be a new management plan eventually, and that could affect our contracts to things like that. So lots of change and lots of work being done. I guess that's probably all I have for right now.
That's plenty. Chris Lee, Conservation.
Good morning. Got a busy weekend coming up with the holiday weekend bearing down on us. All of our campgrounds are full at the Fourth Pumping Station and Big Hollow. We have no sites available. We do still have campsites available down at Welter Park down Moines River. So if somebody's wanting to camp this weekend, those are the other sites we have left. And then next weekend is the Youth Jamboree event, so we're looking forward to that. All the details are kind of coming together for that one up there at Big Hollow. Great big outdoor event for families. So right after that, we start summer camps.
All right, thank you, Chris. Let's go to Janelle Nellie Lundquist, Treasurer's Office.
Good morning. We are busy right now working on the tax sale and the tax sale publication list, which should be in the paper by the end of next week. So we're busy down there.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing. Zach James, Land Use.
Good morning. Not a whole lot of new things to report today, just kind of business as usual. We got some of those updates to the wind and solar ordinance. I was gone the last couple days, so I haven't had a chance to look at them all yet, but we'll get a updated version maybe sent to you guys to look at, and then I'll get the second work session, next work session on the agenda. I might have to push it back a week. I had something else on my calendar for the 6th that I forgot about down in Keok. I'm not gonna be at, so we have to go one more week unless you guys just wanna keep things moving. I can have Gary go through it, but that's up to you guys, I guess.
Zach and I apologize, you sent me that. I've been gone for the last few days. I
Oh, no
can't read
worries.
something like that on my phone, so I will get it.
I just tried to highlight those different pieces you had in there and note where they were in the ordinance.
I appreciate that, I haven't blown you off.
No.
I'm signing off.
I just assumed that meant you agreed with everything I typed up in it, so.
You know how that works.
He loved it. No changes whatsoever.
That's all I've got.
Colin Gerst, IT.
Just keeping busy like always, nothing really new to report.
Natalie Steffner, Recorder's Office.
Good morning. Business as usual in the recorder's office, nothing new to report.
Lisa Schaefer, County Attorney.
Just to let everyone know, our records position is still open. That is the one that was vacated by Birgit Rissy when she retired. Going to a conference tomorrow and Thursday that ISAC is putting on specifically for addressing how to spend some of those opioid funds, kind of picking the brains of everyone. So hopefully we'll have something enlightening to offer us, so the group that is trying to figure out how to spend that money can get some additional ideas. The last thing is we had a jury trial last week that ended in a mistrial because a juror was doing independent research on their phone. So for those of you who do get summoned for jury duty, it is imperative that you not be on social media while you're in jury duty.
Independent research, looking into.
Didn't necessarily like how the jury instructions were defined or didn't seem to understand them, so we're literally Googling up definitions.
Fact checking you and the judge?
Yeah, and was caught by the court attendant. I think what's important for people to know that will always result in a mistrial, because then neither party, neither the state nor the defendant or a petitioner or defendant in a civil case are getting a fair trial, because we don't know what a juror then is basing their decision on. The facts in the case, the instructions from the judge, or just their Google JD. Juris Doctorate, that's the degree we have. We have a lot of Google attorneys in town.
They're looking for clients.
They're all on Facebook.
They're looking for clients.
Most of them are on Facebook and social media offering their opinions.
Wow.
But I think I just want to stress to anyone who gets called to jury duty, whether you are just in the, in the pool, determining whether you're not going to, you will be questioned, whether you're just in the panel to determine whether you're selected, or once you're selected. That essentially wasted 3 days of my time, the detective's time, the defense attorney's time, the court's time, the court reporter's time, and all of the other jurors who came in and were fulfilling their duties. It's extremely costly for us to do jury trials. I don't think people automatically think about that. When you consider just all of the number of people who are involved in the trial, the additional transports for the sheriff's office, they have to bring people in for security if the defendant is a resident of our local county jail. There's a tremendous amount of cost, but for this person's willful deliberation in bringing up Google to look up things because they either didn't like or didn't understand the jury instruction, that's a tremendous cost to the taxpayers, all for this one person's actions. So I just want to stress how important it is that when you are selected for jury service, that you just have to kind of put your phone away. The judge was extremely upset. We'll probably more than likely make it a practice in our county that when you go to deliberate, we take your phones, and they go to the court attendant while you're in deliberations. So I just wanted to stress that. It was particularly frustrating for all of us involved that we were down to the wire, very close to a verdict, and then we find out that a juror was doing this. So that's just my soapbox for the day. I had a bad week last week, we'll just leave it at that. And it was a significant case, it was an armed robbery case, so it was one of our sheriff's cases. So yeah, I was extremely irritated. That's all I had. Otherwise, we're just busier and it's not, lots of bullets going off all over the place.
All right, she's always full of such great news. I need a nap. All right, we got Sheriff, give us something better than what the attorney gave us.
Well, I don't know if I can help you there. Our jail was at 79 this morning. 7 of those were in intake though, so we're definitely seeing an uptick in our intake. Just a few more people coming in, which hopefully doesn't have those long-term effects, but it likely will. We had 6 waiting for the residential facility. We have scheduled dates for one of those, I think, to go. 4 waiting on the prison. No, my apologies. None waiting on prison. 4 waiting on out-of-state extradition. We have dates scheduled for a couple of those as well. So our numbers are okay. We have 7 out of county, one in the juvenile as well. Some brighter news. I'll try to end with that. I got to present the Candace Collins Memorial Scholarship last night. That was an honor to do, and that goes to a female student with a focus, hopefully a focus, depending on the applicants, in social services or criminal justice, who's going to attend SCC. That's a $3,000 scholarship, and that's in a memorial to Candace Collins, who worked in probation and parole, and for many years worked with many of us who passed this past January. So that was an honor to be a part of. We're doing our physical fitness for our law enforcement, our deputies, this week and next. So we've started that, and that's off to a good start. And that's about all I've got.
All right, sounds good. Who did I forget? I got everybody back there. Sarah Marie, County Auditor.
Good morning. Just still working on appointment letters, still trying to get insurance and everything switched over for the new fiscal year. Food drive still going on through the end of the month. Other than that, business as usual.
Okay. Brian Carter, County Roads.
Good morning. As you guys know, Bridgeport Road is open. Finally got a chance to drive it yesterday, and I think it's a awfully nice upgrade. It should be for what we spent. So that's good. It's also being used as a detour. So if you're out there and you're wondering why there's so much traffic, they did. I don't know when they fully closed it, but they were in the process of working to close the project in Henry County on X23, I believe is the number of that road. So, which is great. I'm pleased that we've got a road in good enough condition for that to work out, and it's a good way for Henry County to use it too. So that is going on out that direction. Couple other things. Zach mentioned June 13th. I want to mention that's the Tuesday there in June. That is the day that the DOT Commission, Transportation Commission, is going to be in town, holding their, I want to say bi-monthly, I think they're every other month. I think they hold an actual public hearing. They're in Burlington, obviously. We're going to attend the Highway 61 Coalition. I'll be attending that as part of that, and that starts at 8. So that'll probably rule me out of being here for that morning, because the Levy and Drainage District has me to be at their meeting that morning also, and I had to turn that down also. But I do want to mention that in case you guys have any interest of being there for that, but otherwise that will go on as it is. And then along the lines of the DOT, I did reach out and ask for an update as far as the opening. And Kevin kind of caught my interest. I think it was last week he had mentioned he had heard some stuff about the opening. Their hopeful target right now is the week of June 5th for opening the 4-lane. They're not willing to give a guarantee on that. And their goal is to open the entire stretch of 4-lane at the same time, obviously until you cross back over on the north end and go back down the 2 lanes before you get into the Mediapolis area. They did say there will be some follow-up lane closures to complete some construction work that has not gotten done, but can be done under one lane conditions. But the intention would be is that would still be a 4-lane road with a lane closure in one direction or the other when that happens. So none of that is set in stone, but that's what I got this morning on email. I'm also working on an agreement that I would think won't be too much more, and it'll land on your guys' agenda next week. It really is just, it's just the DOT at their finest. Really all it is to allow their right-of-way office to buy right-of-way in the name of Des Moines County on that northern segment. Because when they come up to crossroad intersections and stuff like that, anywhere they have to buy right-of-way that's beyond for like an intersection grading or reshaping or paving, something like that, they buy it in the name of Des Moines County because that right-of-way would be Des Moines County and not out in their DOT right-of-way. So
DOT has their checkbook?
They use their checkbook, they just use our name.
Oh, okay.
That, you may see a DOT agreement show up on your agenda next week. That's what that'll be about. It's really pretty basic. It's far longer than it needs to be. In fact, last I got was a red line copy where they stripped a whole bunch of stuff out that I didn't think was necessary. So really it's gonna list the intersections. And actually if you read through it, it doesn't say anything about right-of-way. So what the point of it is, I have no idea. But just so you know, that's what that'll be relating to. They've wanted it for quite some time. I've been a bit of a roadblock, so it'll show up. Dust control, the county dust control program, a topic already this morning, will be starting up Thursday morning, I believe, up around the Mediapolis area. They want to get done in 2 days. My guess is it'll string into next week to finish it up, probably Tuesday of next week, but it will start Thursday. So they'll get going on that, just want to make you aware of that. And then I did mention on email, but I didn't get it out because I wasn't aware of it last Tuesday, that we have a crew in the county doing soil borings for 2 future bridges. These happen to be, they're supposed to do 3 bridges, but they're working on 2 to start with, and these happen to be the 2 bridges that we are hoping to fund with ARPA dollars. It took forever for what should be no problem at all for the Corps of Engineers to approve us boring on the bridge on Highway 99 because the north end of that is a Corps certified levee. So they got that approval last week, 2 weeks ago, called and said we'd really like to start Monday. And said, all right. So the road, Highway 99 has been closed during the day. It was closed yesterday afternoon and opened back up at night. And it went better than they're anticipating, so they anticipate that bridge being done midday today. And then they will move down and work on Upper Flint Road on that bridge. I would guess that one will wrap up by the end of the day tomorrow. So if you hear about a closure going on, I've had a couple different calls and people are, they've kind of fringe heard about some bridge projects, and of course everybody's on edge about the one that's gonna go close just north of town at Dry Branch. So there's been a fair number of calls like, is this closed for good? And no, it was just last minute. That's what's going on that one. It's really just preliminary work. They'll get out of the way. Upper Flint will just be a 1 lane. And they'll be done before, if this even shows in the paper, they'll be done. We did send out a press release on the closure so that emergency response knew about it. So.
I should have had Mrs. Broker call you. She told me the road was closed. She was on Facebook this week. On the road.
Gotta love me some Facebook. Nope, that's what's going on, and it'll open back up and we'll move on. But plenty of stuff going on.
All right. Moving along, do we have any correspondence?
I have none.
Brings us to discussion and vote. 5A, which is from the Iowa Office of the Chief Information Officer. And I'll just read the purpose is through this MOU entered into pursuant to authority under Iowa Code Chapter 8B. OCIOs will make available to the Customer Information Technology Services, including services designed to guard against cyber attacks that could adversely impact customers' ability to deliver missions, critical services, threaten lifeline critical infrastructure, or otherwise negatively impact the public health, safety, and welfare. I think that's pretty good. I'll let you,
So yeah, this is the same contract we just signed and sent off to the OCIO, but they didn't like your signatures to change, so they want you to do it again, so. Basically, they had to put the contract number apparently on the contract. Their legal team didn't like the fact that that number wasn't on there before it was signed, so they sent it back to us and a lot of other counties and told us to do it again.
so that's what we're doing.
Approve the OCID MOU contract with the change.
Second.
Moved in second, Sarah Marie.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. No, not that, sorry. That. Next we have 5B, which is an appointment to Southeast Iowa Regional Housing Authority. Dear Mr. Broker, the Southeast Iowa Regional Housing Authority currently has one vacancy on its Board of Commissioners. Ms. Mary Steffner of Iowa State University Extension Office, Des Moines County has expressed an interest in serving as a Housing Authority Board. Southeast Iowa Regional Housing Authority administers the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher tenant-based rental assistant program through the 4 county regions: Des Moines County, Henry County, Lee County, and Louisa County, with the exception of 3 cities within those counties: Burlington, Fort Madison, and Keokuk. On behalf of the Southeast Iowa Regional Housing Authority, I hereby respectfully request the appointment of Ms. Steffner to serve as a Des Moines County representative. For confirmation, Ms. Steffner can be reached at. She has her information there. So,
I have nothing but good things and heard nothing but good things about Mary Steffner, and I did reach out to her and call to see if she indeed volunteered for that, and she had, so I would make the motion that we approve that appointment.
I'll happily second that.
okay, Sarah Marie.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. And we have a list online, is that correct, Colin, on boards?
Yes, on the county website.
Okay. So for those that are interested, I run into people every once in a while, they say they want to make a difference. We encourage you to do so. We encourage you to do so. Next we have 5C, fireworks permit for Spirit Hollow for June 30th. Signed off by Mark Crooks. You got any problems there, Sheriff?
No. Mark's reviewed it and it was all good, so.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve? It is for J&M displays, so.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. Next we have D, which is a Class C liquor license for Apers Bar Company for Myers Wedding Barn for June 30th. Sheriff?
No concerns.
Move approved.
Second.
Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yep. Next we have 5E, which is the approval of Anderson, Larkin and Company engagement letter for FY 2023 audit. And close, we have 2 letters of engagement with connection with the audit for the year ending June 30th, 2023. A member of the Board of Supervisors and the county auditor need to sign one of the copies of the letter and return it. So
We've employed Anderson Larkin as our auditor for several years now, and everybody's pleased with them, work well, and they didn't change their price. Important.
crack me up at that sometimes, man. Hey, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Gary,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yep. Okay, we removed F and G for today. We'll be moving right to H. Which is a lease agreement for Optimate Life Services. The commercial lease agreement is made effective July 1st, 2023. The landlord is the owner of the land. Past that. I don't want to read anything that you guys.
This is just an annual.
Thanks, Rodney.
Annual lease agreement for the building space at the community services building there at Cottonwood on the west end. It's for the Optimate Recovery Services, so they provide a service for citizens here in the county. So COVID kind of took a hit to that, but they have a lot of people in there, so they've been serving a lot of people, and it's been really active. So the rate on that is $20,136 annually. They pay per month. That rate's based off the square footage, and with the Seal region sets for the square footage rate. So we would recommend approval of that lease agreement.
Move to approve the FY 24 contract with the lease agreement with Optimate.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. That's it. All right, brings us to personnel actions. We have one for the county attorney today. This is for Nathaniel Bennett. He is a legal intern. And he is, he's gone from part-time legal intern, 8-week program. Well, that's what it is. It's a part-time legal intern, 8-week program, $20 per hour. It's effective 5/24/23.
Motion to approve.
Second. Did you have something to say on that?
I'll say
Jason?
for some of us old timers, Nat is actually the son of former First Assistant Mike Bennett, who left our office to go to first the city of West Des Moines and is now at the Attorney General's office. So he's a student at the University of Iowa. Basically what he'll be doing is our simple misdemeanor work. This is a limited, he'll have a limited practice to law, limited license to practice law for those 8 weeks, under the direct supervision of a licensed attorney. So we're excited to have him. We had an intern last year, an IO, so we're getting it back and running. Very, very excited. Plus excited to have Nat back, as I worked with, his dad was actually my supervising attorney when I interned here in the summer of 2000. So it's just kind of coming full circle. It's kind of cool.
Payback sale.
Yeah.
It's weird how that happens sometimes, isn't it? Payback deal.
That's worked out really well for you. I know you reinstituted that a year or two ago, so.
Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity for our office because Nat will be handling some of our simple misdemeanor cases. We hope to get him into a couple of jury trials, doing some research work. So he kind of handles some little things for us when it's our busiest season. But as an intern, it is one of the most beneficial experiences I think you can get as a law student, because you are not just at a firm doing some you're actually in the courtroom deciding whether or not you have what it takes to litigate. Not all attorneys do. So it's really, really a good program, and we're just really, really lucky that Nat was interested in, and is interested in going into public service once he graduates. So it's hard to find attorneys who want to do that these days.
Well, we found one for another intern, second year, no, it's a good deal.
Motion to approve.
And
So we'd already done that.
Already done that.
Okay, sorry.
Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. And then last, we have the meetings for the regular meeting of May 16th, 2023. We got a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. Gentlemen, any other business?
I have none.
Future agenda items, F and G.
Nick, what day did you decide on having that?
That's a good question. I'm gonna go talk to Jared and see if we can figure it out.
Okay, then you call
As
us.
Brian mentioned the DOT commission, now that I think about it, I'm probably gonna be at that too, so.
That's at 12th through the 13th.
We might, are you guys gonna be here next week?
What, all I was gonna say is, I might be on the, I think that's the 13th, I might be on the.
We might just try and do it next week.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be gone, but we can probably figure it out.
Just let Sarah know. And she'll.
But I'll talk to Jared about it this morning. We'll get it figured out.
All right.
Thank you.
Committee reports.
Thankfully, Ken covered the mental health and disability services joint meeting with South Central Behavioral. I was trying to zoom in from my phone in a car in the mountains of Tennessee, and it was unsatisfactory results. And so I didn't get to hear all of it. I heard bits and pieces of it.
Too much noise?
I lost coverage, then.
My brother lives in the mountains of Georgia, and I was losing coverage on my cell phone all the time in the mountains, yeah.
It was,
Basically, if you're in a bar.
that too. That's all I had.
James?
I had a early childhood. We went through signed all contracts with our providers. A couple of them we had to cut down, and what they wanted, you know, due to COVID, still trying to recoup from COVID. And we didn't get as much money this year. We're down about $150,000 on state money that we got previously. And outside of that, I think everybody's gonna be taken care of. It's going where it should be. Then I had a, public health meeting, and, of course, Chris is not here to give it, so, but, we had a lady that, from Lee County that comes up, takes care of her dental for Moines County. And an interesting fact that I found that they've got a, what they call a silver, Darren, D-A-R-E-N-D, chloride, that they can go in nursing home for these people that's got the teeth that's, you know, rotting off the gum, that's in the later years of their life, they can put this on there and it'll stop the rot from going any further. When it turns the tooth black.
They're doing that with kids too, and,
Yeah, so, and that was real interesting. It's, and they do it to young kids that's got baby teeth that are that way until, so that it goes ahead and kills them, so it doesn't affect the new tooth coming in. But, it's kind of a painless thing, but it's turned black. It just amazed me what they can do now. And outside of that, everything else is going real good. Reverend Dial went to Iowa City, and he was on the public health board, so he's no longer on there. And a lot of you might know Ann Fedler, used to be the nurse instructor out at Southeastern Community College. She is filling his position in for the next year and a half. So she stepped up, and she's bringing a lot of good things to the board. So, and that's all I had.
I was just gonna do a bunch of complaining, but I won't. I'm just gonna say that, for my workforce development board, they used to have different extensions of that, and everybody had their own stuff, like with vocational rehab. Well, now that's under the same umbrella as Iowa Workforce Development. They just pretty much taken them all over. But I do have a success story of a kid named CJ. He's not a kid, he's a grown man, but he's CJ Calhoun, and he just got a job. He's been working there for over a year now in Ottumwa, and the guy couldn't keep a job because he had learning disabilities. And they were working together now. They have a better relationship with workforce, with vocational rehab, so we can try to find these people that are slipping through the cracks. He's one of the guys that actually did, and he's a success story. And they get a little article about him and stuff, and I get a meeting when I go for my next meeting up to Ottumwa. But there's jobs out there. There's still well over 1,000 jobs that are available in Des Moines County. And if there's somebody that has a disability or they're struggling to get a job, there's more opportunity out there, even more so now that we can try to get people to work. So I just want to throw that out there. And if somebody's looking for a job, by God, there's a job right here in Des Moines County. You shouldn't have to move. And there's programs in place that even if you have a struggle or an impediment, we will work with you to get you back to work. So CJ's doing it. You can do it too. All right. Now we'll have time for public input. We would love to hear from you. Most importantly, Tom would. So call us at area code 319-753-8203, extension 4. You can call us again, 319-753-8203, extension 4. Make sure I get that number right. Or you can email us at board@dmcounty.com. You can email us at board@dmcounty.com. And if that doesn't suffice, you can always meet Tom for breakfast, having coffee. I'm not sure what time he goes to McDonald's, but he has coffee at McDonald's. Just stop him. What kind of car do you drive, Tom? White. I drive a white car in Des Moines County, so.
He looks
James.
like he needs his coffee.
No caramel,
I
no
got some
creamer.
public input on my way. Somebody called me up, apparently they were unhappy with their neighbor. Wanted to talk to somebody about it.
Did they get it off their chest, Tom? Did they feel better
Oh
after
yeah,
hung
they
out
got
with
it
you?
off their chest. So am I. Couldn't help them.
Well, all righty then. Appreciate your upfrontness and honesty. James, you got anything to say?
So we're gonna take a vote.
What do we take a vote
We're
on?
gonna take a vote on all the people out there. Shane says that them are donut balls, and I say they're donut holes. That's all it says.
I'm gonna abstain.
Let me ask you this, let me ask a question. What's round and you can bounce it on the ground? What do you call that?
A hole.
A tennis.
You call that a ball, but you're
You know
not
what?
gonna be bouncing
Your
those
poor
on
wife,
the
friend,
ground.
your poor wife.
A leather case.
I don't know, those might bounce off something.
Yeah, that's true, no.
It's a ball.
It's shaped like a ball.
Everywhere on the planet
But
except
it's
for here in the Des Moines
defined
County.
as a whole.
We'll call it a ball, Shane, as soon as you can dribble it down the hallway.
We should ask Google.
Go to Facebook.
Google.
Angie,
Ask
you
Or maybe
might
we
be
should
able
put it
to
on the
dribble
Burlington
them
Chatter
down the
page.
hallway, 'cause them was sitting on that desk last week.
Yeah, Tom, don't bite into one of those.
Those are the same ones.
Those are the same ones. Bob put them there.
Them ones
Glazing
you
will still
left
be
there,
good.
Zach, you and Jared left them.
Yeah, I didn't need them
That's a
either.
hard
Yeah,
ball.
They go back in the trophy case.
Is that where they go?
That's the only thing to get moldy.
Next to your coconuts.
It's like, what did you learn at the county board meeting? They were talking about donut balls.
No, donut hole.
Who calls them donut holes? Rick, seriously. Are you serious?
That's what it said at Hy-Vee.
Where's my
Yeah.
bakery always?
That's how they sell them.
They
The
cut a,
attorney, you call them donut holes?
they cut
That's
a
what they
hole
call
in
them
the
in North
donut
Carolina,
and that's
too.
what comes out.
Shane's probably
Right.
drinking soda too.
You know what?
I call it
Coke.
2 minutes, Russ.
It's 2 minutes up? Thank goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're out of here. Bye.
Aye.
Thank you. We're gonna have a work session here shortly. We'll take about 5 minutes or so. work session with the city of Burlington regarding the Dankworth Playground funding. And if you guys wouldn't mind introducing yourselves, and we'll just turn it over to you.
Thank you, Chairman Campbell. Good to see you guys again. Tom, Jim. Chad Bird, City Manager, City of Burlington, and Eric Tisland, our, where'd he go? Over here, our Development Director and Parks and Recreation Director. We're here just to give you an update on the Dankworth Park Playground equipment. Eric has been successful in receiving a CAT grant, but it does have, from the state of Iowa, but it does have a few strings attached. We're very fortunate that we received funding from that program, but Eric just wants to give you an update on where we are. We're getting closer to getting equipment here. It's been ordered, and just kind of tell you how things are progressing. So with that, I'll turn it over to Eric.
Just want to give you a handout kind of on our current status, funding-wise. So as Chad mentioned, we did get a CAT grant. Those do have a 90-day performance where you have to raise the remaining funds of that CAT application in order to secure that. We received $200,000. For our CAT grant application, we had to reduce out some of the parking and site amenities because we had to have a certain percentage of the funds to even apply. So for the CAT grant application, as you see on the bottom of that first page, and then on the bottom of the second page, that's about a $1.5 million project. Currently, we have just over $1.2 million in funding, so we need to close that gap in the next month and a half to secure that CAT grant funding, the $200,000. And then we are still looking to raise funds to add additional accessible parking at the playground site, and then some site amenities and some sidewalk connections as well, but that's kind of above and beyond that CAT grant. The minimum amount we need to secure and complete the actual playground project is the 1.5 estimated to do some of the other site amenities and make it more accessible, the 1.75. So on the back side, it kind of shows just where we are funding-wise, kind of the cross-section of funding from the community, and then on the bottom, just where we're at as far as funding need. So we did order our playground equipment that is scheduled to arrive the week of August 28th, but we do need to have that full 1.5 million in hand to actually install the playground and be able to get all the site amenities and open the playground. So we do have money to cover the actual equipment, and should be here at the end of August, but our goal is to get this playground installed and open to the public, hopefully this fall if we can get to that point. So just wanted to make you kind of aware where we're at. You supported the project earlier on, and we certainly appreciate that, but we're still working towards closing that remaining gap, which is now just under 300,000. I think when we came last time, we were 800, maybe 700, 800, 900,000 range. Initially is at 750, and now we're at just over 1.2 million. So we're still seeking funding from the community and working on plans and specs now. As you see on the bottom, our backside there, we have had a couple businesses close to 100,000 in-kind services that they're contributing. Once we have final plans and specifications, which should be in the next couple weeks, we anticipate potentially seeing if there's additional in-kind services that could be performed by some businesses as well. They're kind of waiting for those plans. So we're getting closer every day, but we're still a little ways apart to actually secure that CAT grant and get the playground in a place where we know we're going to be able to install it this fall.
This is going to be a phenomenal playground. I remember when you guys first came and you were asking for money, and we gave you a contribution. It was anything outstanding, but it was what we felt like we could do at the time. And we did say you were welcome to come back later to see if we were in a position to do so. I don't think you're going to like the message that we're going to be giving out today, just because, and you guys know, with costs, we thought, well, let me speak for me. I thought I wasn't expecting for things to go up as much as they did from the last time we've gotten some bids on some things. And we decided how long ago that we were going to use the ARPA funds for all on county. Was that?
When we found out we could use it for lost revenue, that we could do that. That changed the rules on what you could use that. But now we got it all. We allocated all to projects that have already started. You know, that aren't ethereal. That, so we can point to, we've already spent money on engineering, or maybe some of them are done, and some of them are in the process of being done. So, and I guess the only thing I would disagree with Shane, and Shane said it wasn't much, in the time I've been here, this is by far the largest contribution the county has made to anything like this. And it's, and this, anyway, so I don't, you know, I'm not comfortable calling it didn't amount to much, but anyway, that was so, but yeah, we're at the same place. Our tax base went down. Our,
we're aware of that too.
Oh, yeah. And,
well, it is a significant contribution, Mr. Broker, and we certainly appreciate
and I know you didn't.
with
I
the
know
county.
you didn't say that. I'm raining on Shane.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas.
But we do, and like I said, and I'm not. Somebody was just in there. Bob was just asking me about House File 718. And the Iowa State Association of Counties, if they've sent out an evaluation yet, I haven't seen it to know just exactly its effect on us. I'm sure it will be mostly negative.
Yes.
Maybe
It will be.
maybe 100% negative. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I want nothing but the best for you guys and this project.
Thank you.
But I don't see where we could do anything else, anything more.
You know, I agree with Tom, and, but we thought, you know, when you came in the first time, you know, we told you to come back, we thought there might be some more money left. Well, when the feds decided, for sure, they didn't know they was gonna claw this back, you know, and spend money, we had to go ahead and do something with it, so we didn't lose it. So we went ahead and allocated all of it for projects that we know that we put it in, like our bridges. We put the rest of it in bridges, and what we did in record keeping here, and for IT, for the internet, and the sheriff's department, for the new radio system. So we pretty much spent it all on the county.
And also, let me throw in though, because I just want you guys to see that we're not being, I think that we're being tight, even though Tom let it be clear. Tom, you know, everybody knows Thomas likes to spend money. So, but even with the health department.
It's not my money.
It's not his money, and it's not. With the health department though, we've already had to start, going through a process. What do we call, what do they call that? What's the technical term of that?
Say that again.
For the health department, when we had to start, going back through the numbers and tightening
Oh,
up
we've
on
been through,
cost.
but they've already sort of redesigned the health department a couple of times to get it down to where
so that we can afford it.
can afford it.
So,
Sure.
yeah, it's not that, yeah, we're not doing a Taj Mahal, we're tightening up, you know, every chance we get, so, I just wanted to make that perfectly clear.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
But we appreciate what you know.
Yeah, no, we appreciate your consideration and the time to at least update you on the project too.
Well, I appreciate the update, and I think this is gonna be a great project, I really do for you. And I just hope everything comes together. You said how much you need now before you get
Just under 300,000, about
300,
280, 290.
month and a half?
Yeah.
So personally, you could each write a check and donate it to the playground, right? That sounds like that might still be an option then.
Yeah.
Call Mrs. Broker.
Yeah.
And I guess part of the coming here as well is just to get this out to the public a little bit more of where we're at. We did a press release, so we appreciate that opportunity. Every dollar does count. One story, just in the last couple weeks, we had a fourth grader that I knew from a local school here come in. He had his birthday money. I presented about the playground and brought in $45 for the playground. So every little bit helps, just like that. And stories like that are just amazing to see, the support in the community. But some people I've heard from that, oh, it's this $1.5 million project, my $100 or $50 or $20 won't matter, but it does. And we have a GoFundMe account that we see every week, maybe $100 or $80 come in, and that boosts us up a little bit closer every time. So that's just the message we want to get out there. Any support is appreciated and necessary for the project.
Can you send me something that I can, and I will lead by example and make a contribution, personal contribution, but is there something you can say that I can put this like on my Facebook page and say, hey,
Yeah.
if you'd like to make a contribution, can you get that to me today? And I'll make sure that
Yeah, I'll
I
forward
get
that on.
that out, and
Yeah.
I'll be glad to
Yeah.
make a personal contribution.
And we have different avenues. It doesn't have to come to the city. We're working with the Friends of Burlington Parks, a local 501c3 that can accept those donations as well for the project, and we have a GoFundMe page. So there's different avenues and different opportunities, but every dollar matters, and we appreciate all the support that we've gotten from you guys and from the community, so.
And those contributions, whether to the Friends of the Park or directly to the city, it is tax deductible, right?
So just spreading the word is a big portion of the project as well, getting it out there that we're getting very close, and we just need to get a little bit closer to complete the project.
It's gonna be a great park for the
Yeah.
community. That goes without saying. It's gonna be phenomenal. So, I have no doubt that you guys are going to reach that goal, but I definitely will help you privately as a citizen of Burlington as much as I possibly can. So.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Marie, you got it up? The nerve of that bird. Are we still on?
We still have to take care of that.